Okay, so today we are out in the garden, as you can see behind me here, and it's still very cold out in Maryland 7A, 7B. So there's not much growing, and I just wanted to show you some things that return every year, some forage plants that you can find perhaps in your own area or yard, and things that are still usable during this really cold and difficult time of growing. Okay, so firstly what we have here is some purple dead nettle. Now this is still a very young plant and it still hasn't developed any of the telltale flowers, but I just know it by the leaves and by the location as well, as they do tend to grow in the same areas. Also during this time of year, there's not many things that are growing, so when you do see plants that are emerging right now, it's easier to tell kind of what they are because there aren't many lookalikes and other things that are coming up. So purple dead nettle is really good for allergies, as is the other nettle, stinging nettle. Dead nettle is also full of a lot of vitamins and minerals that are helpful to the body around this time of year. So there's a lot of good qualities about dead nettle. It's very useful in foods that you can make. You can make medicine out of it as well. And again, it's really nice to as an anti-inflammatory for allergies and other issues that may arise, which a lot of the early spring plants do have in common. Now over here we see one of my favorite plants, which is yarrow, and we see these little cute fluffy yarrow leaves. They're very small right now, but they look like little feathers just emerging out of the ground. And this is a very large patch that I have established over the years. But yarrow is a very vigorous grower. It is amazing at treating cuts and scrapes that you may have, as yarrow placed on a wound can act as a styptic to help stop bleeding. And internally, yarrow is a fantastic herb as well. And it is also good for menstruation issues if you have menorrhagia or a heavy bleeding that is during your menstrual cycle. This will help to lighten that. And yarrow is also really good for cold and flu. It has those antiviral, antibacterial properties. So there's really a lot of benefits to growing yarrow, as well as drinking it as a tea, as well as having it available to make a poultice should the need arise. And I just love growing it. It's a beautiful herb, one that's fun to watch become so massive, has beautiful white flowers when it becomes larger. And the flowers themselves, everything about the plant is very useful. The flowers themselves are beautiful. The leaves can be used. All parts of the plant pretty much can be used. The aerial parts. It's a staple herb in most people's apothecary. Another plant that is coming up is lemon balm. It's in the mint family, and this is a lovely plant that is very hardy. It will continue coming back for you year after year and growing stronger and taking up more space in your garden. Lemon balm is fantastic for issues relating to digestion. It's well known as a calming tea, but one that also really helps to soothe the digestive tract. And because it's in the mint family, it has those characteristics of mint, anti-spasmodic, properties that help your digestion and relax your digestive tract and stomach so that you can properly digest and without all of the gas and the bloating. So it's really beneficial there. It also has antiseptic, antiviral properties. It's well known to help to treat herpes. It also helps with cold and flu, as it has those volatile oils that are really beneficial for helping with bacterial infection. Next, we have elder, and this is Sambucus nigra, and this is an elder tree. There are different varieties of elder, so it's important to know which variety that you are looking at when you are either foraging or growing it yourself. But you can see that the buds are beginning to leaf out more on the elder and emerge. Every year this plant gets larger. Elder is, of course, known for its berries mostly, and it's not something that you can consume raw. The berries need to be cooked in order to be used, but the berries are incredibly useful for viral infections, colds and flu, and generally increasing immunity. So they're very useful to make things from, such as jellies, jams, syrups, and other supplements. And elder is just a fascinating plant. I'm still kind of learning the ways of the elder. It has a very interesting structure, and I'm sure I'll do this at some point, but the branches have become a bit twisty in my particular tree. But I have a few of these growing in the garden. And then underneath of it, we have a nice big patch of nettle. And this is stinging nettle, which is such a glorious superfood to consume, especially in the spring, as it does help with things like allergies, but also provide your body with such beautiful nutrition like iron and so many different vitamins, protein as well. It's very high in protein naturally, as well as vitamin C. So there's a lot of benefits to consuming stinging nettle in soups, stews, or teas. You can also eat it raw if you're brave. There's a way to consume it without the stinging hairs irritating your skin, but of course that's left to those that are very comfortable with the plant. Right now the plant is very young, so it is good for foraging, but it will get taller, and the stems and the leaves will get tougher as it grows. So in its tender form, it's really it's better to eat it at that stage. But if you're cooking it, you can also cook the older leaves as well. So right now it's still very tiny, but these will grow to about 2 or 3 feet tall, and depending on the variety and the location and how much sun they get. But I always love seeing nettle popping up around this time of year. It just lets me know it's springtime and that there's a lot of tea and things to make with them soon. Okay, so I got a shipment of blueberries. This is Blu-ray and Duke's blueberries. So I dug a hole here, and I'm going to plant them in now. I do usually add some of this into the hole just to help them get established. So as you can see, there's not a lot growing yet this time of year, but don't be discouraged because spring is just around the corner, and then things will start to really blossom and turn into beautiful harvests. But this is exciting as we are looking ahead at what we can grow and how much, and just seeing what will flourish this year and what varieties we can experiment with. So I always love this time of year just to really start getting things going, start organizing, and looking forward to all of the new plant varieties that we will experience. If you liked this video, please give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. I would love to see you there, and I will see all of you very, very soon.